All right, good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Did you tune into the developer live stream today? Ooh, boy. It was hostile. It was very, very hostile. And I really don't feel that they answered a lot of the community's questions. I mean, they did the best they could, I suppose. I don't think a lot of people are happy. A lot of things didn't get answered at all. But, you know, they realized and they acknowledged that the launch went very, very bad. And they could have done a lot better. And they are committed to making it all right. But as far as, let's say, expanding upon career mode and where it could go, and are we going to get more planes and what it can do? No, not a lot there at all. The most interesting thing for me was learning about this web page based flight planner. I had no idea. Did you? They're like, we've had 1 billion downloads of maps so far. We've served 1 million maps. And I'm so impressed. And I'm like, I haven't even heard of it. Okay, so go to planner.flightsimulator.com. All right. It'll ask you to log into your Xbox account. You'll need to have the simulator loaded. So load the simulator. Go to planner.flightsimulator.com and then click, you know, load into Xbox. And then it'll link the two things and link your accounts or whatever. And it'll pop up this here. Now you're probably thinking, well, why do we need a flight simulator outside of the simulator? And I'm asking myself the same question. Why do we need to come out to the web to get a more advanced flight planner? Why isn't this just part of the EFB from Free Flight? So that I don't understand. What I do think you're going to love about it is, one, finally, all kinds of map options. You know, finally we're getting state-of-the-art maps, state-of-the-art VFR, IFR, and IFR high maps. So we haven't added anything close to this in 2020. So, all right. So we've got our maps. And again, we've got a lot of options here up on the side. IFR high, IFR low. It's like they bought SkyVector. I love it. There's IFR high. So this is very, very nice. Okay. So airports show all. Nav aid, so you can turn all these on or off to your heart's content. Airways, VOR, NDB, DME, VOR, DME, TACAN, VORTAC, localizers. That's great. Waypoints, en route terminal VFR reporting points. Turn that one on. Turn everything on. Airspaces. Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, Class E, Class F, Class G. MORA, I don't know what that is. FIR, lower airspace, and UIR, upper airspace. New concepts to me. Oh, I like it. Elevations. Okay. Great, 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 great. Okay. Measurements, it's on. Cloud coverage. Precipitation. Wind barbs. I don't see any wind popping up. Cities, build-up areas, highways, roads, railways, green areas, and topography. How about that? Pretty fancy, huh? Okay. Cool. We've got some legends down here for precipitation intensity. All right, now let's take a good look at, now you can pick your aircraft. So let me just type in 172 here. Be plain and vanilla today. 172 with the G1000, okay? And go to route. Now this looks very much like the EFB, and you're thinking to yourself, well, what's the difference? Actually, there's a lot to this, and it looks like kind of with SkyVector that you can kind of create your own. I was clicking on the map here. So let me get a basic. This is really me going through it the first time too, so forgive me. I don't know everything, and I probably won't be able to answer a lot of questions about it. I'll do my best though. Okay, so right off the bat, the big difference here is you can immediately set it to IFR or VFR, which on EFB from the main menu or from the simulator itself, you know, you got to go to another screen. Let's go ahead and add KCOS and our arrival. I want Denver. Okay, so we've got a basic flight plan here now, and from the demo I saw, it's like there was a way to add points. So let's see if we can add a point here. What does this do? It's called Shoujo. So what happens when you click the plus? Add, insert, append to route. Insert. After or before. Runway 17, after. It's not doing anything. Append to route. Okay. So not quite like SkyVector. SkyVector, you can just grab well, I guess you can. Look at that. You can actually grab a point. Let's see, can we grab something out here? Wherever you grab. Yep. Set that to rocks. Cool. Click on rocks. Okay, great. Drag that to Ann. Click Ann to set it. Great. Now this, what I'm going to do is just set it out here for a coordinate. And right here, link it to a coordinate. You can also link it to Happy Butt. I didn't make it up. This is a happy butt. But you can set it to a coordinate. Oh, I like that. It does some calculating and makes a nice smooth turn here. So this is very nice. Okay, let's go back to route. All right, now I was happy to see that you do get to see your SIDS and stars displayed based on the ones that you pick from the EFB from the simulator. But you also get the same thing out here. Let's do Denver. Let's set our arrival for 35 right. Whoa! Maybe they're throwing a little bit too much at you right off the bat. Okay. Wow. But it displays all the routes at once, so at least you don't have to go through them all. But here's Alley, here's Clash, Dando, Flat, Lander. Okay, so that's what you're seeing right there. You're seeing all of the arrivals that are available. So normally in the past, you would have to, well, in 2020, you could just scroll through the list like this, and it would display it like this. And then you could make up your mind which one you wanted. Okay, so again, out here, it's showing you all of them at once. But now, let's go back even further to the past. You had to go to chart sites and go through every single PDF to find the right one. This is worth its weight in gold. It was the same thing with 2020. Being able to see your SIDS and stars with just by dragging through a list, worth its weight in gold. Just hours worth, save you hours old school researching charts and finding the right charts. And then hopefully they were up to date and yada, yada, yada. What a pain in the butt. We have it so easy. This is pretty fantastic. So me, I actually don't really need one because we're going from Colorado Springs. I guess it would be this one, my own route. These are more for larger flights coming in from different areas. Like if you were coming from Kansas, you'd probably want this one here. If you're coming in from Wyoming, you'd probably want this one here. If you're coming in from Salt Lake. So you see, that's what these are. Okay. Now let me, on the departure, same kind of thing. They don't have too many here for the departure for Colorado Springs, but we'll look. Add, yeah, COS 6. That's, yeah, we only have one. But that's not bad. So I'll add it in there. So yeah, this is a pretty darn advanced flight planner. Okay. Flight details, VFR, IFR again. Extended operations, extended ops certification, unverified, EDTO, and exempt. Don't know what any of that means. Standard limit prohibited, extended ops segments. So for people that really, you know what you're doing, real world pilots, this stuff has got to tickle you because, you know, a lot of us, we don't use any of that. Your registration, your airline, flight number, ATC call sign. So this is all available in the in-game EFB. Fuel and payload. Taxi trip, average fuel burn, contingency alt, final reserve, extra tankering, block fuel. Oh, you know what I didn't do under route? Nothing you can do is have it find a suggested route. When you go to suggested routes, yeah. So that's one that it's probably the way they would normally set it up. Okay, so double click that, and now it's got that route set up for me to Denver. Okay. Again, I'm still able, even though now, to change this, right? Yep. So I can pick the most common route, but I can also amend it still. I love that. And you just, what if you just click a point here? Mogul. No. Okay, great. All right. Fuel and payload we did. Briefing. Again, for those of you that are like real world, I know that when you do your when you're doing your airliner stuff a lot from and moving stuff from SimBrief or other over, I always see you looking at these. There's the nav log, but here's the nav log breakdown too here. Okay, options, altimeter, and forgive me, I don't know the terms for each one. Was like hectopascals. One is your here in the US, your barometer setting, and the other one is the way they do it in Europe. I think we're HPA. Runway length, scale, nautical, imperial metric, kilograms or pounds, kilograms, liters, pounds, gallons, nav log, chart provider. You could change your chart provider to FAA. Use FAA charts by default, as opposed to this Lido or Lido that it's currently using. your knee board, and again, you can pull up charts. Pin a chart, and let's preview a chart. Very nice. So yeah, very much like SkyVector. You can turn it. A military ramp. Great. This is KCOS, right? Where's the title? Yeah, here it is on the side. It's a little bit different layout. Let's check out an arrival. Standard taxi routes, parking. They have the arrival chart. This is the parking. Whoa. Okay, yeah, I was looking for something more like this. Now, I've never read one that looks quite like this. So I'm going to have a little studying to do. I'm sure if I just sit here, I can figure it all out. There's your ILS frequencies. This is the route we're coming in. There's Falcon, Denver. What I'm assuming is that to intercept the ILS, it's giving you the feet here. I'm not entirely certain. Normally on charts like this, you have a side view, and it displays the altitude you need to be at. So I'm used to seeing that profile view. The runway lighting system. Is this just one of one? Let's try this. No, this is from, let me see. What is this? Okay. Yeah, so how do you determine the ILS point on these? I'm so used to seeing all your waypoints coming in. This is very different. $35 right. ILS Cat 3B. Again, I'm not familiar with this. Very interesting. So I'm used to this, what I'm looking for normally on a chart like this in SkyVector. Okay, what I'm usually looking for is this bottom view here, this sectional. So I can see the side profile and the waypoints, Zatax, Judney, and I can see where the ILS approach point is at 5,800 feet. So yeah, it's going to take me a little time to learn how to read these a little bit better. Well, read them at all and try to find the same thing. I'm assuming that number there, the 7,000, could possibly be it, but that is a total assumption. Okay, here's some of the stars. Boss, Teller, Chat, Pearl. But, again, no side profile. So yeah, I'm sure one of the amazing pilots out there has put together a video on how to read this style of chart. Okay. Now, saving it, loading it, and sharing it down here. So create a new flight plan, select a flight plan, and save a flight plan. So let me go ahead and save it. Okay. Now, when you do this, give it a name here. Let's test KCOS to KDEN. And I save it. I can also copy a link to share the flight plan. Let's save it. Okay, let me go back out here. Now that I've saved it, I can copy link to share flight plan. So I click that. Now I've got it copied to my clipboard. So let me come up here, open another web page. So if I was to send you the link, it would load up, and there you go. So, and you can load the flight plan. I'm clicking. Okay, so there. So then that's the way we can share flight plans now. Okay, so I've saved it. Now let me go to the simulator. Let me put that aside for a moment and come to free flight and go to the EFB. I don't know if there's a way out here to just click load or anything like that. So go to the EFB and go to your flight plan, and let's load a flight plan. And there it is. Test KCOS to KDEN and load. Okay. But if you kind of look in the background, the transparent area here, the departure didn't, even though we've loaded it into the EFB, it hasn't loaded yet into avionics. So you need to scroll down here, you can file it with ATC and send the route to avionics. And so now that's populated up there. Okay, so now let's start the flight. Take a look at our GPS.
Colorado Springs Tower, King Bravo, Bravo, Foxtrot 1 Tree, 9 are ready. For departure, runway 17 left, IFR to Denver.
Nice.
King Bravo, Bravo, Foxtrot 1 Tree.
Can't say I'm happy with the level of detail at distance for Colorado Springs. I'm used to seeing the mountains look really, really good at this distance at KCOS.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 17. Left King Bravo, Bravo, Foxtrot 1 Tree, 9er.
So it looks stunning right here. The textures on the ground, everything looks fantastic up close. But again, I'm a little sad at the moment. Maybe it'll all improve. But in 2020, launching from this exact spot or K-Fly and looking out over the front range, I can usually see a lot more detail in the mountain range from here, the front range. So, little things like that. See, look at how, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, in the real world, looking at that far away, it's going to look all hazy like that. And not really. Your eyes do a much better job of getting all the details from here. So hopefully they add in more features for draw distance. So if I just start zooming in a little bit, yeah, that looks really, really bad. I've got my online cat. Look at that. There's deer. That's a first, actually. I've never seen animals. These are the first animals I've seen so far. So that's nice. Yeah, look, there's more there. You definitely will see them around here. What's up, buddies? Nice. All right, let's look at our flight plan in here. Well, I don't see the flight plan. And we sent it to avionics. What? I got nothing. Now I don't have it in here. Load flight plan. Load. Send route to avionics. Okay, so it looks like you might have to do it twice. That's not a big deal. At least it works. And change our CDI to GPS. Okay, so flight plan. All right. WRK to Ho-Hum, Airwave, Victor 95 to FQF, FQF to Den. Yep. Okay, so it's all in there. Very nice. Okay, so there you go. That is the advanced web flight version. See, as you see in here, if we were to come out and try to create that same plan, we don't have access to that, really, that map. We don't have all those features. We can't I mean, you can add things in. You can add waypoints in, but I am saying how it'd be a lot easier from the web planner. I still honestly don't know why it just wasn't built right into it. I don't know the reasoning for it. But it's always nice to have more, and that's, you know, for a long time I've been begging for much better maps, and there they are. So it might not be in the simulator, but it's in here. It's available. So how do you feel about that? Are you happy about that? It's pretty nice. I like that. The guy that demonstrated how to use all this today, he talked about a lot of things that went right over my head. Lots of different navigation types that they're adding in. And so I really recommend that if you're an advanced sim pilot, a real world pilot, watch the live stream, the dev live stream from today on Twitch, and watch the demonstration. The guy that he takes you through all of this, because again, he really talks about some advanced concepts that are just way beyond me. Okay. Look in the chat room, see if there's any questions. Standard atmospheric pressure is 1013.25 HPA or 29.9. I definitely need to find a converter, because in career mode, sometimes they'll throw out the QNH, and I have no idea how to convert it. Okay, you taking off? I'll see you next time. All right, well, there you go. I'm actually going to just, unless there's questions and you want to see things in here, I'll stick around for a few minutes. I'm very under the weather and actually have a lot to do this afternoon and watch the live stream. So I'm not going to be flying today. I just wanted to say, hey, I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this planner.flightsimulator.com, but I'm very pleased with it and seems pretty fantastic. So get that loaded up and connected and have some fun exploring that today. Look at all the cool things you can do on the side. So very, very nice. Very, very nice. I kind of wish they had the buttons over here to make it a little quicker, like send to avionics from here. You can kind of understand it being a web-based thing that either way you can still get there just by saving it and loading it. They did not address bugs like the fuel. I mean, there's so many bugs. I'm sorry to report, but there are so many bugs that they couldn't address all the bugs. You know, little things like, what about the brakes on the Beaver in the career mode? What about fueling up in the career mode? So they did like the top 20 most talked about bugs that are bothering people. And so I look forward to the next one. All right, it doesn't seem like anybody has any questions. So you have a great afternoon, and I may see it tonight. I don't want to promise anything. Again, still under the weather. And so let's just plan for tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. You have a great time out there, my flying friends. Adios.